Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Digital Journeys. I'm Jerry Harden, and I will be your moderator. Joining us today are Hisham Nabi, a managing director at Cherry Bekaert, focused on Salesforce products, and Dan Turvo, a manager at our firm who is also focused on Salesforce. Today, we're going to discuss our recent sponsorship and attendance at Dreamforce 2022. Hisham and Dan will talk about trends that came out of this big 3-day event, as well as some of Cherry Becker's capabilities. So let's get started. Hisham, let's start with you. So, what do you do for Cherry Becker?
Sure. My name's Hisham Nabi. I am based in the DC area and I run Cherry Bekaert's Salesforce MuleSoft practice.
So, Hisham, you recently joined Cherry Becker. When did you join Cherry Becker?
I joined about 3 months ago. I've been in consulting for 22 years, helping clients transform their business through CRM solutions like Salesforce.
And you have a lot of experience in Salesforce, I understand.
I do, yeah. I've been working in the ecosystem for a while, big fan of the solution. I actually worked at Salesforce for several years as well.
Okay, thank you, Hisham. Dan, what about you? What do you do for Cherry Becker?
Sure. My name is Dan Turvo. I'm with Cherry Bekaert. I'm a senior solutions architect for Salesforce and also some of our ERP systems that we support. And like Isham, I've been working with Salesforce for going on 20 years, I guess. Back in the early 2000s, we implemented Salesforce, at a very large real estate company and have been using it ever since.
So it's been since 2019 since there was a Dreamforce in San Francisco. And Hisham, Dan, I'm sure you've been to many Dreamforces throughout the years. Was this one any different? And Hisham, I'll let you take this question first.
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I have been to Dreamforce a couple of times and some other conferences. I thought it was different in terms of the number of people were a little bit fewer than normal. I think that was just probably a post-COVID thing. And it was also really, I think, exciting and fun and engaging to meet with people again. I mean, a lot of us haven't really met with each other, including like myself with the folks I work with here at Cherry Bekaert for a long time. So it was really, I felt it was really exciting and it was really energizing just since all of us haven't been in the same room in a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. The whole theme of the conference was the Family Reunion 2022, and it really felt that way because, the last two Dreamforces have all been virtual, and so you couldn't attend. So this is the first time back. Everyone can get back together in person, and there was definitely some excitement in the air when we joined.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I was at Dreamforce as well, and it was my very first one. And I understand there were 40,000 plus people there, and there certainly was a lot of excitement in the air there. We also have on the line with us today Jennifer Hodges, who works in marketing for Cherry Bekaert, and it was her first one too. Jennifer, what did you think about Dreamforce?
Yeah, so thanks, Jerry. I did attend Dreamforce this year, and it was a really great 3-day event. It was a good opportunity to gain new insights and have some fun along the way with our peers. Sustainability was at the forefront as there was a lot of innovation and there was more than over 1,600 speakers. I had an amazing time at Dreamforce this year, and I look forward to next year.
Okay, great, thanks. So let's talk about some of the recent buzz and announcements that you heard at Dreamforce. There were a lot of events. What'd you hear? What excited you the most? Hisham, let's start with you again.
Yeah, I think to me there were a couple of things. So there's some new enhancements that have come out with the platform. Salesforce Genie is one. So there's a lot of real-time data out there. It's at an unprecedented scale, really. And Salesforce has come out with a new feature called Salesforce Genie that's going to really help bring all that together. So to me, that was super exciting. I think the conversations around net zero cloud and how we can drive sustainability goals for our stakeholders was super exciting as well. And I heard a lot about automation and AI and how we can work through that.
Yeah, Salesforce Genie was their big product announcement this year, and it's really pretty exciting too, because it's going to bring data from all different sources, whether it's, legacy data or on-premise data or cloud data. It's going to bring a lot of information into one centralized view of the customer, and it really leverages their investments in AI and data integration tools from MuleSoft to really bring you one single source of truth for your customer experiences, whether it be sales, service, marketing, or e-commerce as well.
All right, thanks, Dan. So one of the things for us, Cherry Bekaert, this was the very first time we had ever been a sponsor at Dreamforce, and for us it was very exciting just to be there and have a booth, have a presence, and meet a lot of really good folks. What was the purpose of our sponsorship? Dan, I'm going to let you take this one on. Why were we there? We offer a lot of solutions in the Salesforce space, so why were we there?
Yeah, we've been a Tableau partner for many years, and we have a very large base of operations here for Tableau. And with Salesforce's acquisition of Tableau a few years ago, it really was just a natural progression for us. And attending Dreamforce and having a booth there, being a sponsor, is really a great way for us to introduce ourselves into the Salesforce community. As experts, and especially for financial data. And I'm also moving into your other data from other parts of the organization.
Hisham, what about you? What did you see the main driving force for Cherry Bekaert to be at Dreamforce this year?
For us, it was a great way to get our name out there, to meet with our customers, to hear from them, to hear from Salesforce, and to really understand some of the challenges that are going on in the marketplace, so that we can serve our customers better.
When we were at the booth, what were you hearing from people? I heard a lot of people ask, who is Cherry Bekaert? Did you hear kind of the same things?
Yeah, that's a great question. So yeah, a lot of folks asked us, what's Cherry Bekaert? What do you do? Where do you focus in the market? So Cherry Bekaert, one of the things that we provide is we provide an assessment that you can do against your existing Salesforce footprint, whether that's Salesforce, Tableau, MuleSoft, any Salesforce solution, and really maximizing that investment. So from my perspective, I heard a lot of questions about what we do, as well as, hey, I've had Salesforce for a while. What can I do to get more value out of the platform?
Yeah, that's something very common with a lot of Salesforce users, is that they'll purchase the best CRM system in the world, turn it on, and think it will just work as out of the box for that organization. But really, Salesforce is so customizable and so purpose built for building your own solutions that some expert help is usually needed. And it's very common. You'll go into an organization and it's really just being used as a contact management tool, which really isn't leveraging the full power of Salesforce. So someone like a Sham can come in and say, okay, these are the different systems you can integrate, and these are the different processes that we can build and put into to Salesforce for you to really leverage your investment.
All right, great. So we talked about some Salesforce solutions. What does Cherry Bekaert offer? And even with the recent buzz and announcements that you heard at Dreamforce, is Cherry Bekaert in that space? Are we going to get in that space? Can you talk through that?
Yeah, I'm happy to talk through that. So we are definitely in the Salesforce space, and we specifically focus on three pillars from a solution perspective. One is Salesforce Sales Cloud, which is really the platform that helps you drive sales from leads through opportunities. And the second one is, as Dan mentioned, Experience Cloud. That's really an engagement platform when you're trying to engage better with your employees or with your partners or with your customers. And the third one is really MuleSoft. And MuleSoft is a great integration platform that can help you automate and integrate things through bots and middleware as well. So that's really the solution focus areas for us. But really very broadly, we want to be your trusted advisor along your journey with Salesforce, right? So if you're trying to figure out how to implement Salesforce, or if you've already implemented Salesforce and you need us to have a look at what you've done to let you know if you can get more out of your investment, we can certainly do that. If you're actually in the middle of an implementation and you need a partner, or you're planning an implementation and you need a partner, that's really where we can come in and help you really drive the most investment out of your Salesforce platform.
We also have a lot of resources with the rest of the organization. Business processes and business process design is really one of the specialties of Cherry Bekaert as an organization as a whole. So we bring a lot of experience in actual business processes and doing future state and current state documentation and recommendations.
All right, great. Thank you, Dan. So I assume if someone wants to get started with Cherry Bekaert, Hisham, Dan, they can reach out to you directly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Please drop us a line. Happy to chat, even if you just want to have a short conversation about your current Salesforce instance or you're planning on getting on Salesforce. We're happy to provide our perspective.
With that said, I would like to thank our guests for joining us today and providing their insights on Dreamforce and what's around the corner in the Salesforce world. Feel free to like and share this podcast. And for more information about Cherry Bekaert's digital advisory practice, go to cbh.com/digital.